Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Anastasia Aurora palette. And this is not new. It didn't just hit drop in the store, but I just got it a few days ago. I've been on a no buy, but I've been buying things, but just things here and there that, you know, I hear a lot of hype is surrounding it, and I'm like, y'all just get it just to see what the hype is about. And this is my first glow kit from Anastasia. I do want to get the Moonchild now that it's back in stock at Sephora. I thought it was a limited edition palette, but I guess not. So yeah, I will be picking up the Moonchild one just to compare them. I probably won't do a video comparing the two because there's so many of them out there already. So far, out of the 6 shades, I've used 2. I've used the purple Spectra and I've used the white silvery shade Luna, and I have to say, like, I'm pleasantly impressed. I am impressed with this formulation of these highlighters. Like, I know why it's so hyped up now, because the formulation is really smooth. It goes on really nicely, and my ring light is not letting you guys see the true color. There you go. So that's the purple color Spectra, and it's like a nice lavender shade with like a shift of pink in it, which I like. And this one is Luna, and I really do love these 2 shades in here. These, to me, like, are the more wearable ones. And I know you like the purple. The purple is wearable. Yeah, girl. Like, I got both of them on today, and I've used Spectra by itself and I use Luna by itself, but I like them more together. I like them together because it gives Luna a little bit more of a shift to it, and it gives Spectra, it makes Spectra a little bit more wearable. So I like them both together. The one shade in here that I am afraid to put on my face is the blue one, and I believe it's Orion, and it's that sparkly blue one. And I swatched it and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna make this work on my face, but we gonna figure it out. This might have to be like a shade that I put like in the inner corners, maybe like for a little bit of pop of color on the lash line or something like that, like built up on the lash line. Just like spray it with some type of mixing medium or whatever. And so that's the shade Orion, and it's pretty. I just can't see myself wearing it as just a regular highlighter. But there's 2 shades in here. The other 2 shades are Eclipse and Lyra. They're quite similar. Like, I'll show you guys. So here's Eclipse, and it's like a light peachy shade, and then here's Lyra, which is like I would say it's the peachy shade too. It's just a tad bit darker, and it has some gold reflex in it. But Eclipse is basically the lighter version of Lyra, in my opinion. In the pan, but let me make that clear. In the pan, they look similar, but once you swatch it, Eclipse has a pink shift to it. I don't know if it's gonna pick up on my camera, but I'm trying to see where you guys will be able to see it. Anyway, it's like a light peachy shade. It has a pink shift to it. And then you have Lyra, which is just like that peachy shade, but it has like a gold shift to it. And see how similar they are though? But when you turn your hand, you can definitely see the pink in Eclipse. So, don't know how I'm really feeling both of those. I'm pretty sure when you blend it out on your face, you know, they're gonna come out pretty similar. So, I don't know how I'm feeling about that. And then the last shade is Helia. And this one is the green. I don't know why I did that. But this one is the green in the palette. Now, Moonchild has a green in their palette that I'm very interested in. And I'm weird. I like green highlighters. You see that I have the Alchemist palette from Kat Von D. And I love that palette. Now, the highlighters in that palette are very powdery. But the green in there, the emerald green in that palette is like life. Like, I love that. I use it all the time. And so I was very excited when they had a green in this palette. So Helia, it's like a lime green though. It's not an emerald green like the one in the Kat Von D palette, but this one is still pretty. It's like a lime green with some gold reflex in it. And ooh. Okay, there we go. It definitely has gold reflex in it. And I swear this would look really good on like slightly darker tan skin. It would make your cheekbones pop. So this was my little review of this palette. I'm not gonna put all the shades on my face because I don't want to, but there's plenty of videos out there that people do that. And my whole opinions on this palette is that it is a really good palette. I love the formulation. I love how they're super blendable on the face. You can use them, you can use all the colors for multiple different things, like, you know, for pops of color. Like if you're not used to those like blue and green and purple shades, then you can use them like as eyeshadows. You can use them, like I said, pop of color on the lower lash line and the inner corner. Like, I'm going to get so much use out of this palette. That's why I went ahead and got it, because I knew I was going to get my money's worth. And I believe it was like 40 bucks. Like I said, I'm going to be picking up the Moonchild palette, but I most likely will not be doing a review on that one. That one is pretty old news, but they just bring it back in stock, so I'm just going to pick it up. And I also recently got Modern Renaissance palette from Sephora. So yeah, the look that I created today is this palette alone, and I love the palette. I see why this has been hyped up. They're super blendable. It is a little bit of a kickback, but a lot of people say it's not to the extreme of the Subculture one. Now, the Subculture one, to be completely honest, that one is the one that appealed to me the most, because those had shadows in there that I knew that I'm trying to put color into my life. Like, I'm the type of person that's always wearing nudes and neutral colors, and so like now I'm starting to put color into my life. And so the Subculture one is very colorful to me and very out there, like more than I'm used to. So I was definitely picking up that one, and I was so disappointed when I seen every review that I watched. Like, they was just like talking trash about this palette. Like, this palette is trash, don't buy it, it's not worth your money, the kickback on it is out of this world, like you're gonna hit pan within 2 minutes of using the shadows. It's like, I was so disappointed. Like, I was so looking forward to getting this palette, and I'm still gonna get it, but I'm gonna wait and see if they change the formulation. If they change the formulation and then bring it back, I'll get that one. And that's, well, once I see the reviews, I'll get that one. This is where they need to go back to. Like, this has kickback. Like, as I was using it, I was seeing some kickback, but it wasn't something that was bothering me. It wasn't really bothering me, because I have eyeshadows that have, you know, from the drugstore that got hella kickback, and I still use those, and I haven't hit pan on those, and I've had those for a long time. So but the Subculture one, all the videos I saw, like, the kickback was ridiculous. Yeah, but anyway, this is the palette that I used today. I really like it. The eyeshadows are super pigmented, super blendable. The packaging is high quality. Like, this shit is heavy AF. Like, I can like knock somebody out with it. It's so fucking heavy. But I like that. It is sturdy. It like feels like it's high quality, which for $42 for an eyeshadow palette, it better feel like all of that. It better be super blendable. It better be pigmented. Like, and I like the fact that it has a mirror in it. That's always wonderful. But I would have loved to see a mirror in the Aurora palette. I would have loved to see a mirror in there. So like I'm doing like my eyebrows, or I'm doing like real detail work, like trying to put eyeshadow in the inner corner. I want to be able to like look up and really do it. The next thing that I got was these, what was this, Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. And I got this because it said because it said pore perfecting on it. And anything pore perfecting, I am all for. Like, I'm all for perfecting some pores, because I got big ass pores around my nose area, and that ain't cute. So I used this today, and the way I used it, I just put it in my T-zone and where my pores are like extreme, and then I just patted it into the skin, and I like how it went on. It went on very silky, velvety smooth. I love that. And I forget how much this was, like $30-something. Like, that's not bad. I mean, for Urban Decay and for what it is, a primer, that's not bad. I don't mind paying $30 for a primer. If I know that it's going to do the job. Like, I've used it one other time, and it made my foundation go on flawlessly. It just felt smoother. And I think it even helped it last a little longer throughout the day too. I've been obsessed with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless lately. And I still can't believe that I'm a shade 238. I've never been a shade 238 in this foundation ever. Not even in the summertime. So I don't know what it is with this summer. But this summer I am hella dark. But I'm not hating it, because I've always been really pale, so I'm not hating it. Okay, and then the last thing that I bought from Sephora was this Hangover RX little travel size primer. I'm just trying to test out some new primers and some new higher end primers. I told you guys that I was in the market for a higher end primer, and I said that I was going to pick up this. Now, I was going to get the fuller size because I didn't think to get the travel size, but while I was checking out, now while I went around to my Sephora and JCPenney, and I couldn't find it. Like, it was weird. I went to the Too Faced section and didn't see it. Like, I saw the other one. It was like kind of like a spray almost. I don't know if it's a spray. I don't know, but I saw another one, but it wasn't this one. And then when I went up to the Sephora people, like, I said, I'm looking for Hangover RX. The girl looked at me like I was speaking another language. Like, she didn't know what I was talking about. And she was like, Hangover RX? What's that?
Bitch.
You work at Sephora. You don't know, you mean to tell me you don't know your makeup? You don't know what you're selling? Girl! Hangover RX, Too Faced Hangover RX. And when I was checking out, I saw the travel size, so I picked it up. Now, that's not the first time I went in Sephora and they didn't know what I was talking about. Like, I went up to another Sephora lady when I was looking for the Aurora palette. And I said, I'm looking for the Aurora palette. Thinking that they already knew what I was talking about. I said, I'm looking for the Aurora palette. She's like,
Aurora palette?
And at first I thought I was pronouncing it wrong. But no. Aurora.
Like Beauty and the Beast. Like Beauty and the Beast.
Or, no, wow. Beauty and the Beast, probably. Like Sleeping Beauty, the one that get extra slept on. Nobody really, that person says extra slept on, literally. But, yeah, I said Aurora palette. She was like, who's that by? This is a whole nother Sephora worker, by the way. She's like, who's that by? And I was like, Anastasia. She was like, Anastasia.
Oh, you mean Anastasia?
Bruh. I was like, point me into the Anastasia section. And so she pointed when she went over there. We went over there. So she went over there. She was like, oh, I guess we're out of stock. She pulled out the sun dipped one. And I don't want the sun dipped one. I didn't want the sun dipped one because that one looked hella dark for darker skin. And not that dark. You know, it looks more like for tan to darker, deeper skin tones. And I was like, no, I'm looking for the Aurora one. She was like, oh, we must be out of stock then. But there was one display open already, and it was like where you could swatch it. But again, there was no palettes or nothing like that. So I'm guessing, okay, yeah, they were out of stock. But then she took me over to another section, and this was literally the last one. So I grabbed it. As soon as she pulled it out, she was like, "Is this the Aurora palette?" And I was like, "Does it say Aurora on it?" Motherfucker, like, why do they act so
Whoa!
Sephora workers, if you work at Sephora, you need to know your shit, man. If I worked at Sephora, I guarantee you I know every single makeup product in Sephora, okay? I will know. You come up to me and you need to know what I don't even use. There's tons of products that I don't even use at Sephora, but I guarantee you I'll show you where it is. Like, you come up to me like, can you point me to the Anastasia dip brow? I don't use the dip brow. It's hella pigmented. I'll point your ass to it though. It's right over there. I'm just saying, know your shit. Educate yourself a little bit. If you're gonna be in the makeup industry, like working at Sephora, working at MAC, working at these makeup places, you know what I mean, then you need these makeup stores, and you need to know your shit. You need to educate yourself a little bit about some stuff. So when a customer comes up to you, you be able to help them. Like, and not look like confused. Oh, let me get someone else to help you. No, you're supposed to know your shit. The only one I went up to that wasn't out of stock, that had hella of them in stock, was this Optical Illusion. And I've seen some reviews on it before I picked it up, and a lot of people love it. I was used to using the Benefit Professional, but I stopped buying that one. I don't know why I stopped buying that one. Oh, because I wasn't really using it. When I had it back in the day, everybody was raving about it, but then after a while I stopped using it, and it was just sitting in my drawer, and I don't know why I stopped using it. I just stopped using it. So it was so old. Once I like was decluttering all my makeup and trying to minimalize my makeup collection, I realized I've had this for years. So I needed to get rid of it because it was old, and I just never repurchased it. That is all of the products that I recently picked up from Sephora. And if you like this video, please go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe to your girl for more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!